Okay, we have completed looking at syringes, and we're going to move on to our next topic here, and that is dealing with, well, a little bit more than syringes and needles. Okay, so the basic part of the syringe is the following. We have a barrel, which is the tube that is open at one end and taper into a hollow tip at the other end. Okay, we have the plunger, piston type rod with a slightly cone shaped stopper that passes inside the barrel. And then we have the tip, which is the attachment point for the needle. So here we have the barrel, inside you have the plunger, and then you have the tip, which is the attachment point for needle. So common types, as we have already talked about on the previous slide, is slip tip, lure lock, and eccentric tips. Okay? And they could be from 1 milliliter to 60 milliliters. Okay, this continues to look at different types of needles. So the basic part of the needle is the hub. At one end of the needle attaches to the syringe, the shaft, the long stem of the syringe, and bevel the angled end of the syringe forming a point. See here, this is what we are looking at. Okay, so we have the hub, which is here, which is attached to the syringe, with the shaft, which is the long stem associated with the syringe, and then at the end you have what's called the bevel, the angled end of the syringe forming the point. Right, so needle can be in different length, as you can see here, small to 3/8 of an inch up to 3 inches. So you can see here, and then you have different type of gauge, 27 to 13. The higher the gauge number, the smaller the moving size. Okay. One of the things that you may find associated with syringes are filters. Filters are used to remove particulate materials or microorganisms from a solution. All right. You have different types of construction. They're divided into two basic groups, what is called a depth filter or membrane filter. Depth filters work by trapping particulates as solutions and move through a twisted canal. Membrane filters consist of many small pores of a uniform size that retain particles larger than the pore. Okay, found in many types of packaging. Round plastic holders, flat plastic holders such as a filter, and inside a needle such as a filter needle. So here is an example of what we find as a filter. Okay, so a membrane filter, similar to the one above right here, is often placed between the syringe and the needle before the medication is introduced into an LVP, it's low volume parenteral, or large volume parenteral, or SVP, which is a small volume parenteral. Okay, and the purpose of that is to ensure that particulate materials not get into the solution. So again, a depth filter, filter a solution either pulled into or expelled out of the syringe, but not both ways of the same filter. Then membrane filters filter only a solution expelled out of a syringe. One thing that is very important is what is called quality assurance and infection control. This is governed by the regulations that are found in the USPNF 797, regulation required that every parenteral compound facility to have a quality assurance program. So what is quality assurance? Well, quality assurance is a series of activities ensuring that the compounded formulation will be safe, stable, and of the proper identity, strength, purity, and quality. Another goal is to provide for product uniformity, since a given formulation will be compounded by different pharmacies personnel at different times. A major component of the quality assurance program is one having a written environmental quality and infectious control plan. And there are many different type of things associated with the control plan. Certification of the ISO class, to deliver that in relationship to biological safety, contaminants, monitoring of airborne particles, particulates, and microbiologicals, making sure that there's a clean and sanitized area for compounding, and then being able to adhere to the regulations as it is associated with hazardous materials that may be used in the compounding process. Okay, what are some of the things that you will find associated with compounding operations as it relates to quality assurance? Well, you want the product to be properly prepared. You want to be, you have checks that allow for inspection and, of course, the final check of the product. And what we're looking for is, are there any leaks or integrity problems with the container in which product is being held? Is there unusual colors or particulates in the product? Or is there any cloudiness associated with the product? If we look at some pictures that we have seen in relationship to ampules and to vials, many times the liquid is clear. And so if you see a particular medicine that's supposed to be clearer and has cloudiness in it, that means that it could be an example of particulates getting into that particular parenteral or some type of contamination. And also something that's very important, because not only do you want to protect the type of preparation that's being made in relationship to the medication, you also want to protect the individual who is making it. And so there are sharp disposal containers that are supposed to be in the vicinity of where the compounding is being done, within the fume hood, within the biological safety cabinets. And first of all, when we talk about sharp disposal, sharps are objects that might puncture the skin or cut the skin of anyone who is working with them. For example, we talk about in relationship to syringes. So those particular containers in which the sharps are supposed to be placed into should be easy to identify, leak-proof, puncture-proof, and can be sealed very quickly and permanently for disposal. Okay, so there's many things that are associated with the quality assurance and process control as it relates to compounded sterile formulations that are associated with parenterals. That include regulations that govern how hazardous waste is handled and disposed of. This regards the methodologies associated with the cleaning and sanitizing a parenteral compounding area, how many times they need to be cleaned, and also there should be also a quality and the environmental quality plan and pollution control plans, okay, that indicate how and when cleaning occurs. There are recommended standards of operations procedures for cleaning sterile compounding facilities, and those should be adhered to. And then clean and sanitize the direct and contiguous compounding area beginning of each shift. So even before everything begins, the compounding begins. Everything needs to be washed down every day. Okay, so clean and sanitize the work areas every day. Floors are to be mopped every day, and then empty storage shelvings in alternative room where all the supplies and clean and sanitize at least weekly. So cleanliness, sanitization is important to prevent contamination. Clean and sanitize the walls, cleaning the workspace at least monthly. So these are some of the quality assurance plans that is necessary. Again, something that you should be familiar with. This is found in USP Chapter 797, and it is involved in regulating compounding facilities as it relates to the quality assurance program. Okay, so a major component of the quality assurance program is, again, having a written environmental quality and pollution control plan, and not only have it written, but also making sure that it's being implemented on a daily basis. Remember, we talked about the different type of cleaning, that the area in which is contiguous and within the compounding area must be clean. The room on a daily basis at the beginning of work, the room in which the compounding is supposed to be done should be mopped daily, and then the entire room clean at least weekly. And then where you have the materials that you're going to use for compounding, that should be at least sterilized and clean at least monthly. And then there's all inspections. Semi-annual testing, certification of the ISO classification must occur at least every 6 months. Okay, routine monitoring of environmental airborne particulates and microbiologicals. Routine monitoring of environmental airborne particulates and microbiologicals. Routine monitoring of operation temperature and humidity. So that's very important. There is a maximum growing environment for microorganisms. Many times these particular rooms are relatively cool and have a very low humidity. And so there must be a effective way of monitoring the temperature and humidity. Maintaining continuous positive pressures and pressure differentials or gradients between clean areas. Continuous HEPA filter air, making sure that whenever the filter needs to be changed, it needs changed. Retain an environmental zone area based on critical activities. And then, of course, you want to limit the access. So many times, only individuals who are certified to be in that particular area will be in this specific area. It's not a common area where there's a lot of traffic. Many times behind locked doors, and there's only key access, ID key access to that particular area. Okay, let's look at parental incapabilities. What we're talking about here is following. Not all drugs are compatible with each other, and incompatibilities may exist between two or more drugs, or between a drug and a base IV solution. So what we're talking about here is the number of unexpected or undesirable combinations relatively low compared to the number of IV administered period. But incompatibility can lead to a patient not receiving the full dose of a medication or to have an adverse reaction which we do not desire. So when you put in drugs together, that is something that must take into consideration. Okay, and we will continue talking about that in the next section.